If it just sticks out a little bit, you're good. I don't need to trim. If it sticks out a lot, like that, I will come over and do this for you. Then I will hand it to you and say, scribble. When you scribble, you want to scribble all over that and all over that. When you are done scribbling, you tappa, flip. Notice there's no board here. You want to do it up against the miter gauge and tappa. Every time we're back here, if you try to freehand sanding, I don't think Dylan can see. If you freehand sanding, it's not going to sand flat. You must have it up against the miter gauge as you tappa. You're going to tappa, check and see it. And what I mean by flip, you're going to flip it this way and tappa this way. Put it up against the miter gauge and... it on this, because if you're not paying attention, if you're paying attention to this, and you accidentally push your finger up against the sander when you're checking, it will hurt. Please check it on the table. And this one is a little tiny bit taller. So I don't want to sand it off from one end. I want to do a little bit on each. So I'll tap up. When you have scratches, you want to sand them off at the same time. Don't put one in and sand, because that's going to make it too small for the other. So put it in together. When you sand, you want to sand with the grain. That's going this way. When you sand the scratches off, you want to use your sandpaper, not use sandpaper. You're going to sand like that until the scratching is off. Then flip it over. Don't fill in the cracks till the scratches are off. If you're not sure if the scratches are off, see Kuhn and he will tell you. Then once the scratches are gone, you're going to fill in the cracks. Where the cracks will be is where you glued the sides on. You might have cracks here or on the ends. For instance, there is a crack. Glue does not come out of the bottle. Please give it to me. Just a dab will do you. Please clean the glue off so people can use it and glue comes out. Dry it off. The more you dry it, the better it will turn out. Next step. Next step is you find the tray that has a bunch of sawdust in it. You do not bring glue over to that tray. You do the gluing at your table. Then you put as much glue or sawdust as you can. Dry it off the best you can. Fill it in a couple times before you go back to your table. The drier this is, the easier it is to sand. If you only have cracks on one, sand them together. If you have cracks on the other, you could fill those in too, but I will wait. It's a little dirty. This time you don't want to use your sandpaper, you want to use used sandpaper. You're going to sand until you get rid of all that dirt. If you have a large crack, it might take 2 or 3 fillings to get it even. If you're not sure if it's filled in, Kuhn can tell you if it is or not.